Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Floodlights Camera Action. From Kieran Dyer to Kieran Culkin, we look to bridge a gap between film and football and tell you exactly what films you should be watching and what ones to avoid. I'm Jack, but a podcast is only as good as its co-host, so every week I'm joined by my good friend Veronika to work through the do's and don'ts of film watching. Veronika, how are you? You're definitely not very angry at me, are you?
No, I'm just tired.
Tired of this foul jamboree of a podcast.
Yeah,
Talking
and
of
also the fact
yeah.
that I just worked all weekend, but,
That too. On this episode, we are going to be reacting to the Oscars in the most timely manner possible, a week and one day after the Oscars themselves. We'll go through every category. We'll go through who we predicted, who won, who got snubbed. Let's go right into it. Original screenplay is the first one we're going to be discussing. If you think back to our BAFTAs episode, I was very good at predicting screenplays. Spoiler alert, it's flipped. I have fucked it. I predicted A Real Pain. Veronika predicted Anora. And Veronika got it right because Anora, courtesy of Sean Baker, won the original screenplay Oscar.
yeah, and I did tell you after the BAFTA episode when you were really cocky about getting the screenplay right that I would do it when it actually mattered at the Oscars, and I did because I stick to my word, and I'm also very good at what I do.
Yeah, I think it's important to add though that I did give you your kudos. I was very fair and generous after the Oscars, which you aren't always. You're not always so courteous.
No, I'm not.
Now,
Um,
adapted screenplay. Oh,
well,
go on.
okay, are we not going to talk about the fact that this was like a shock and no one predicted
Yeah,
Anora to
probably
win? So
should.
when we were watching this live and Anora won screenplay, I immediately said it's winning Best Picture because
Mm.
the fact that no one predicted it for screenplay and then it won means that they liked the film so much they were just giving it everything, which
Yeah,
is what
it was very
happened. It was just a sweep.
sweet mentality was I mean, I say sweet mentality. It didn't win like, Oppenheimer last year, for example, or Everything Everywhere All at Once, where they win like, loads and loads and loads. But there was kind of a feeling that, it won screenplay, won editing, and then lead actress, and then best
Yeah, but
picture, and you
Anora
can't.
isn't like a flashy film with
No,
VFX
that's
and
my
like editing
yeah,
and all
I know.
this bullshit. It's like obviously it wasn't ever gonna win visual effects, like editing,
Mm.
blah blah blah. Actually, wait, it did win editing, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, but
Somehow, which is insane.
the
I'm
thing is,
saying it won the important ones.
yeah, the
Because who
editing
cares
was
about
obviously
costumes and sound and VFX? No one ever predicted Nora for that.
no, that's very
So
true.
it
I
doesn't
mean,
matter. Oppenheimer
also,
sweep that shit because it was a big film with big
mm,
sounds and big visuals.
but my point was the mentality of this week was still very much there, which I I I think is absolutely a good thing for this podcast. Big proponents of an aura on this podcast. The other nominees were September 5th, which is a crap screenplay. The Brutalist, which is weird because it's a really good film, but the screenplay is the weakest part in my opinion. And The Substance, which, let's be honest, as good as the screenplay was, is never gonna have a chance. So moving on to adapted screenplay. Again, I got it wrong. This is one of my gambles. I went for the Nickel Boys. Veronika successfully predicted Conclave. Kind of just an alright. I actually don't love this category. I think there's some cool picks in there like Nickel Boys and Sing Sing. Some weird rubbish picks like A Complete Unknown and Amelia Perez, and then the kind of the safe one, I guess, which is Conclave. Um, yeah, congratulations on that again. Well done.
It was just like a mid decision, like
It's very
to
safe.
keep everyone happy. And like, do you even
Well,
think they watched Nickel Boys or Sing Sing? Like, seriously?
well,
Because
I
I
mean,
don't think they did.
A24 did everything in their power to make sure no one could watch
Exactly.
Sing Sing. So
Yeah.
moving on
Yeah.
to VFX and sound. We'll do double header here. VFX and sound. We are great, aren't we? Look at us go.
No,
We
this was an easy prediction. So
we both but come on, let's give ourselves a pat on the back and let's give.
I've had many pats on the back, so I'm good.
Do you know what I mean? I'll pat myself on the back then, 'cause no one else will. We both predicted June Part 2 for these categories. Obviously, June was hamstrung by its release date, in my opinion, which meant it was never really going to be in serious contention for anything, despite deserving to be so, which is a shame. But it did walk out of the Oscars with, well, 2 Oscars in sound and VFX, which are very worthy wins, especially VFX. Sound, just look at the nominees. I'd also say definitely looking at the
I mean, yeah,
nominees.
because The
Christ,
Substance
yeah,
wasn't nominated. Yeah, the
yeah.
nominees are shit.
Some really bad nominees in here. I'm looking at you, Amelia Perez, which we'll get to later. Next up is live action short, which this is a moral victory for me, but not an actual victory because I didn't predict it. I said on my review for the winner, I'm Not a Robot, that it deserved to win, but I didn't think it would because it was essentially like Dutch Black Mirror. Dutch, Belgian, one of the two.
Dutch.
Dutch, Benelux, Black Mirror, they call it.
Well, it was just Dutch, really.
Yes, it was just Dutch. It was no Benelux influence. I predicted Anuja. Veronica predicted The Man Who Could Not Remain Silent. Both got that wrong. But you watched I'm Not a Robot, didn't you? Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, I did. It was good.
I agree. Next up, production design. Another gamble that didn't pay off. What I'm learning from here is that I shouldn't gamble. I should just play it safe because I'm not a good gambler, famously. Unless it's on horses, I'm quite good at that. I unsuccessfully one last time for the crowd.
No, please.
And Veronica successfully guessed Wicked. Happy with that win?
Well,
I mean, obviously you're happy with predicting it, but
yeah,
it's quite a competitive category, to be honest.
I think I would have given it to The Brutalist or Dune Part 2, but I knew they were going to give it to Wicked because
I mean, the production design was good on Wicked. Unfortunately,
even if it was lighted badly, but
yeah, the lighting.
They did
really
their best to make it look bad, but their work was good.
Even the work on Conclave was pretty solid. I mean, not spectacular, but like they recreated the. I visited this building literally about 5 months ago. I can't remember the Sistine Chapel. That was it. Which is quite cool. We're going to skip Best Picture. I'll come back to that later. Well done to Amelia Perez. It won an Oscar for Best Original Song. It won for El Mal, which Veronica is now going to do a rendition of.
I actually have forgotten it. Wait, what is it? It's like
it's the one where she's on the table. She's like, "Hey,
Wait, what?
It's very aggressive. It's a very aggressive. Do you want to get the lyrics up for you?
Yeah, I actually can't remember. I feel like I've wiped Amelia Perez from my memory since the Oscars.
I've just remembered I don't speak Spanish, so it's Mire. I'll go to the chorus. I won't do the verses. Habla esta gente, habla pelo a holo le vana paga
habla esta gente, habla.
Yeah, I don't speak. It's all in Spanish.
Yeah. Well,
so you got to say it was a tough time
to
be a La Vagina Plastia fan. Because it obviously wasn't nominated and didn't win, which is a real shame for.
To be fair, the original songs are always shit and boring. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I don't remember.
So who cares?
Any of them.
El Mal's probably the best one out of them. Let's be honest.
God, that is saying a lot about.
Yeah, but it was.
I mean, that category. Now this is where we talk about a snub. For original score, we talk about 2 snubs, to be honest.
Original score wasn't a snub.
No, not in terms of who didn't win, but in terms of who wasn't nominated.
Yeah, but we talked about that in another episode.
I'm not ready to let it go. Basically, we both got it right, and we both predicted The Brutalist to win.
Yeah, because it's the best by a mile. Because the other nominees are shit.
Yeah, other nominations are Conclave, Amelia Perez, Wicked, and The Wild Robot.
Yeah, rubbish.
I still every now and again when I want to hype myself up, I'll listen to the overture at the beginning of the film.
The bit where he arrives in America is like,
yeah, it's just like that as well. That was copyright stuff if you're not careful. Next up is makeup and hairstyling. I'll pass this one off to you because this is your category, isn't it? This is your thing.
Is
not
it?
you're a woman. I should clarify.
Saying that because I'm a woman.
Yeah. Makeup's your thing, isn't it? The winner is your thing.
Well, yeah, we both predicted it correctly because it was always going to win. The Substance one. It's the only Oscar it won, which is a shame, but it's an Oscar-winning film.
Yeah.
So we'll take it. And the makeup and hair was insane. It was really good.
I don't think I'd have it in terms of all the other categories it was nominated in. I don't think I would have had it winning any of those categories. But as we said earlier, I would have had it winning sound, definitely.
And supporting actress. Margaret Qualley.
For the sake of the FCAs, yes.
Yeah.
For the sake of their reputation.
For the sake of this podcast still carrying on, say yes.
Yeah, sure. Next up is international feature. I
I can't
predicted.
believe this.
This is, by the way, I think this
This
is
is
one of two.
crazy.
This is one of two occasions where I predicted it right and you didn't. Um, I'm Still Here is the winner for best international feature, which is, I think the film is overrated. I think we both agree on that. It's a good film, but
Yeah.
I was left wanting more. Definitely. But I mean, I think everyone expected Amelia Perez to somehow win, despite the fact it's a terrible film. But it didn't. Other nominees, The Girl with the Needle, which is a really tough watch. I would never recommend that film to anyone. It's good, but it's tough. Flow, which we'll speak more on later. And for me, my favourite of the nominees was The Seed of the Sacred Fig, which I would actually recommend quite a lot. When I first saw it, I was quite intimidated by the runtime, but yeah, actually it flies by. The pacing's really, really good. Um, but yeah, I'm Still Here one, which I predicted correctly. Veronica predicted Amelia Perez, which I think you might be happy to lose this one because it means another bullet in the carcass of Amelia Perez.
That is basically why I predicted it, because if it won, at least I got the prediction right, and if it lost, I'd still be happy.
Yeah, that's like my dad. My dad's not a big football fan, right? But we will talk about football again on this podcast one day when the Oscars isn't so prevalent. But my dad, he'll watch England games, and in major finals, he'll bet against England. And the way that his
That's
logic
probably a good
is,
way to make money, to be
yeah,
fair.
exactly. But his logic is like either England win or I made money. I'm like, and England haven't won a major final all the time he's done that. Um, so
So you
it's
should
not great
carry
for him.
on.
Yeah, well, yeah, not in my opinion. Next up is editing. Another shock win for Honora. We both unsuccessfully predicted The Brutalist. I mean, I think there are some okay picks in this category, but honestly, none of them totally over. I mean, Wicked is a weird one. Nosferatu is a weird one as well. Honora, The Brutalist, and Conclave, I'm fine with being there, but I think there are much better nominees, such as challenges that were omitted, unfortunately. Um, but yeah, another win for Sean Baker. He's having quite the night, isn't
Well, what do you mean he's having quite the night? It's the 10th of March,
he? Yeah,
Jack.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, but I'm trying to bottle up the energy. He had quite the night, rather.
Everyone
I'm trying.
knows what happened.
Look, I was out clubbing the other day, and a girl said to me, she was like, "The most important thing you got to do, Jack, is you got to live in the moment." And I'm trying to live in the moment of last Sunday. That's the kind of energy I'm going into it with.
Okay. Well, yeah, this was a surprising win again, which just all these like weird wins were Honora overperforming, which further certified the fact that I was going to win Best Picture.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
throughout the night, I think we were just getting more and more confident in it winning.
yeah. I mean, there's always like, I don't know. I think by the end of the night, like when they were announcing um Mikey and Honora for certain categories. It wasn't like, oh my God, Honora's won. It was like, yeah, that's really cool, but is it surprising? I mean, generally, I guess you could say yes, but the way the night was going, or the way the night is going,
The
if you
way the
live in the
night
moment.
was going, like, I don't know how he survived, and I don't know how people were watching,
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the
because
footage
that
that did
was
not survive,
rough.
but yeah, I
Yeah, the
mean,
footage got lost somewhere. We don't know what happened to it.
sent it to the
Maybe
abyss.
I said something about Adrian Brody when he was talking for 5 minutes. I don't know. We will never know what I
Yeah, let's
said.
just shut that one. Let's just shut that one down.
Mm.
Next up is I should say, by the way, because I didn't actually say it on the episode when we predicted it, 'cause I hadn't watched them all yet, but by the time the Oscars rolled around, I successfully completed the Oscars death race for 2025. First time I've ever done it. I watched all 50 nominated films, documentaries, etc., etc. And I've got a list on my letterboxd, J Hancock 46, that ranks all of them. So it might be a way to judge if it's worth watching or not. But that was
Well,
quite a cool thing to do. But what isn't cool is the winner of the next category. It's documentary
yes.
shorts, which
I
Veronica
predicted it.
successfully predicted.
Ooh,
And
without
can
watching
you,
any of them. Let's
yes,
go.
can you remind the people of your logic for these categories?
Well, but when we were predicting stuff, I hadn't have watched any of the shorts yet or documentaries, so for the shorts I just went with the one with the longest name
Yep.
because I know that the Oscar voters will also have not watched any of them. And the ones with really long names are probably sound better, more pretentious, I don't know.
Yeah. And the one
That's
about
just the
Japanese
logic, isn't it?
children, the one about Japanese children never stood a chance. Which is a slightly longer name, but Just to run through this category quickly, your nominees: Death by Numbers, which is a bit rubbish, but I'm Ready Warden, which is abhorrently bad. Incident, which is a very important and powerful documentary in a similar vein to No Other Land, slightly similar in terms of, I don't know, thematically. In terms of A Beating Heart, which is really entertaining and cute, and The Only Girl in the Orchestra, which is undeniably very boring. Next up is documentary feature. Your nominees: Black Box Diaries, very good. No Other Land, very good. Horse in War, all right. Soundtrack to a Coup d'etat, very, very good. Actually, not it's not better than No Other Land, but you get my point. And Sugarcane, which is good. This is a good category. And again, I got it wrong. I predicted Sugarcane because it was the only one I'd seen at the time, and Veronica successfully predicted I think one of my favorite Oscar wins in history. With No Other Land winning Oscar. Have you had a chance to see it yet?
No.
Well, for those who don't know, this documentary is about a village in Palestine that the Israeli government and the IDF tried to bulldoze and turn into a military training ground. Essentially, it's a story of these townsfolk kind of documenting the oppression they were put under. It's very powerful. It's not an easy watch at all. There are some moments in it where like some really serious shit would happen, and it's the kind of thing that when you see it, I'm trying not to spoil it too much because I think you kind of need the raw, powerful emotion. It's the kind of thing that when you see that kind of thing in like films, you don't even blink. It's just like, oh, it's one of the things. But when you see it happen in real life, you're like, Jesus Christ. Obviously, you know how bad it is in the Middle East at the moment, but to really see it a completely unvarnished, uncinematic, yeah, incredibly powerful, but a very necessary watch as well. So for me, it was a fantastic win for Netherland. I didn't think it would win. But I'm very, very glad it did. I think I've. Any other words you want to say on Netherland, or have I done the right job there?
Yeah, I think you did alright. I'll watch it at some point. I just don't want to be upset, so
Yeah, yeah,
that's why
you're
I've been
not.
putting it off.
If you,
But
yeah, what you might have to
yeah,
do
I know
is,
I have to watch it at some point.
if you watch
Do a
Netherland
double
and you,
feature.
if you watch Netherland and get really sad, then you go to documentary shorts, watch uh Instruments of a Beating Heart, and you'll be like, oh yeah, okay, all is okay in the world. Don't watch
Go
Netherland
watch
and
Family
Incident.
Guy.
Yeah, don't watch Netherland and Instant back to back. That's tough. Oh God, have I told you my dad's got really into Family Guy?
Yeah, you
He's
did.
yeah, he's just like I love it though, because he'll just show me like we'll just sit there for like minutes just watching clips. That's an interesting experience at the moment. Next up, big old category. It is Best Director. Your nominees are Sean Baker for Anora, uh, James Mangold somehow for A Complete Unknown, Brady Corbet or Brady Sorbet for The Brutalist, Jacques Audiard, Bald Frenchman for Amelia Belez, and Coralie Frage for Substance. Is this the highest number of French people in the Best Director category ever?
No, probably not.
Well, close. We both got this wrong actually. That is a rogue pick. I forgot you did that. I predicted Brady Corbet and
Yeah,
Veronica predicted Coralie Farge, both from the A's.
because
Like
I
your
just
winner.
didn't. I
Go on.
didn't want it to be The Brutalist because it would have been boring as fuck. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, this is another one that Honora won, which it wasn't predicted to win. So yeah, like they were just throwing everything at it, and everyone was voting for it, trying to get
you
it
have a win. You
recognized for
have one.
everything.
Yeah. I mean, in
But
the end,
yeah,
only really Sean Baker got recognised for everything. He was
well, and his wife,
and his wife.
Sam
Well, I
something.
mean, yeah, but his wife didn't win 4 Oscars in a single night. The first man to
But
do it
she was
since.
one of the writers.
Oh, did she have writing credit? I did not know that. I
She's
knew
a
she
co-writer
produced it.
for Honora. Oh my god, you just don't know anything, do you? Jesus
No,
Christ.
I
No
don't know anything about.
research,
I don't know
zero.
anything about the
Actually, I might be
about.
wrong. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Yeah,
Wait.
you really got to make sure.
Uh, wait.
Do you want me to fill
Writers,
for a minute?
Honora. Oh, it was just written by Sean Baker.
And
Wait,
now,
no.
and
Wait,
now,
no. No, I don't believe. I don't. No, she did something. She did
yeah, she
something.
produced
I
it.
think she. Oh, she produced it. Oh.
I want a formal apology, please, even a small one.
Uh.
Say
Yeah.
sorry.
Sorry.
Good, thank you. Next up is costume design. We both got this correct. We both predicted Wicked, with your other nominees being A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Gladiator 2, forgot about that, Nosferatu, and obviously Wicked. I can't. Paul Tazewell was the costume designer, I believe, for Wicked. He became the first black man to win an Oscar for the costume design category. I hope I'm getting that right. Otherwise, I look absolutely
No, he
mental.
was. He was.
Which is obviously another really nice win. I think this is kind of a safe-ish pick, but I don't hate it. I think the costumes are really cool in Wicked. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you hate Wicked? Do you hate Paul Tazewell?
No, I like Paul. Just so I
No.
predicted him to win.
Good.
Because he's good at what he does.
Good job, Paul. Well done.
We all know this.
We do. We definitely do.
He's
So
one
make
of
sure
the
you
best.
employ Paul moving forward. Next up is cinematography. We both predicted The Brutalist to win, and guess what? The Brutalist won. Your other nominees were June Part 2. How the hell did Amelia Perez sneak into this?
Mate, if Carla Sofia Gascon hadn't have been exposed for being like the devil, Emilia Perez would have won about 10 Oscars. And I'm not even joking right now.
I mean,
because, listen, you don't get that amount of nominations without support from like loads of fucking people. So, voters would have definitely given it a fuck ton of awards, and it probably would have won Best Picture. The only reason it didn't is because the votes opened after that whole thing happened.
Yeah, so 3 cheers to whoever found her old tweets. Other
Yeah.
nominees, I mean, to their credit to Amelia Perez, the only really good thing to come out of Amelia Perez is that one
El
meme.
Mal.
I mean, yeah, El Mal as well. Is that one meme where Amelia Perez? Oh yeah, no, it is Amelia. Yeah, that's the character's name. She kind of pulls that gun out of her waistband.
Oh my god, that is so good. Like, I wish she wasn't like a bad person because some of the acting was so funny. Like, I would have rooted for her, you know? Like, fuck, why did you do that? Come on.
No, there's a reason the cast of
Also,
Amelia
you
Perez
saved
was
us
nominated
from Amelia Perez Oscars, so thanks.
Yeah. The cast of Amelia Perez was obviously nominated for most unique performance. Well, the Aubrey Plaza Wow Platinum Award.
No, not the Aubrey Plaza. Come on, it's the Wow Platinum.
The Wow
Award.
Platinum Award for most unique. God, that's a mouthful. The FCAs. Other nominees. Maria, obviously, shout Ed Lackman. I think that the stream went off when we saw Ed Lackman.
Oh yeah, he was wearing a little hat.
He always wears that hat.
He's a hat guy.
I'm turning into a hat guy, by the way. The only issue is it flattens my hair. Yeah, the hair. Yes, yeah, that is also absolutely it.
No, you need to go to Turkey, man.
Yeah, I do. I mean, if anyone wants to pay, then not yet. I've got a couple of years.
Okay, good.
But like, I'm on my way. And the issue is I can't grow a beard either. So I can't even shave my head because the beard.
They can implant a beard or something.
No, that's mental.
They can do shit like that. Yeah.
That's mental. At least I got my teeth. I've got nice teeth, but that's all I've got. I've not got a hairline.
When I lived in Malaga, they were doing hair transplants for like €2,000.
Yeah, but I worry when it's like, I worry when it's too cheap. Like I remember I was looking for a mattress last year. I didn't end up buying one, but my mum was like, "Oh God, Jack, I found this mattress. It's like 70 quid." I was like, "Yeah, but some things something shouldn't be cheap." Do you know what I mean? Like I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay 70 quid for a mattress, and I don't want to pay $2,000 for a hair transplant. Like, obviously, $2,000's expensive, but I want to feel like my money's going to a good thing. I don't want to gamble on some like cheap fucking. That's my hairline. This is serious.
Well, you're just going to shave it off then.
No, I'll go. I'll get a hair transplant when I can afford one. I think I think by 2030 there's going to be my hairline's going to be instant hair. Yeah.
You can do it at home.
Yeah, like the spray on shoes from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's one for the real heads. That reference. Next up is animated shorts. My favourite one, but not the one we predicted.
Well, it's actually quite interesting because the one that won I saw at Venice Film Festival, and the one that we predicted I also saw at Venice Film Festival, so that's quite interesting.
It's quite interesting. We've predicted One to Wonder, which is
because
so
it's
glad.
The best
like,
one.
I disagree.
It is.
For me, they're all like score-wise, they're all pretty close. But on a different day, One to Wonder is my favourite. It's really interchangeable for me. Don't
One to Wonder
Google
is
the
really
premise.
sad.
don't Google the premise before you watch it. I'm so glad I
No, but
didn't.
I'm not gonna lie. When I watched it the first time, I thought it was funny, but then I watched it the
Both can
second
be
time,
true.
and I'm like, holy shit, this is so bleak. It's
Yeah.
actually depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very funny, but like
No, it's
heavy.
depressing. Watch it
Other
again,
nominees.
trust me.
Other nominees were Beautiful Men, which was there's so many dicks in that.
That was actually quite. I thought that was pretty good.
I think the subtitles I didn't
It
actually
had De
understand any
Bruyne
of
in
it.
it. Did you see De Bruyne?
Yeah, I did see that.
De
I
Bruyne
didn't have
appearance.
subtitles, so I couldn't actually understand anything.
No, me
But I
neither.
got
I
the
just
vibe.
pretended.
Got the
What was,
vibe.
I just tried to guess what was going on because I don't know
I don't think
Dutch.
I don't think it needed any dialogue, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it didn't.
This is very
Actually,
much proof
speaking
that.
of, it was about a
Go on.
hair transplant, so
Fucking hell, yeah,
yeah.
and yeah, just
Well,
balding men.
Magic Candies was good, I thought, to be honest. I think
Yes,
there
I
was
really like
quite
that
a
one.
few good animated shorts. Like, the only one I didn't really like was Yuck, but the others I thought were all quite good, considering usually the Oscar shorts are quite shit.
Yeah, I didn't mind
So,
Yuck.
fair play.
I didn't mind Yuck. I thought it was charming, but a little bit
It's a bit
like
boring,
kiddish.
like, what
Yeah,
is going on?
it wasn't bad, I don't think. But yeah, obviously the winner was In the Shadow of Cyprus, which was about a man with PTSD, I want to say, and it was very interesting the way they demonstrated those emotions, which Veronica got confused by because her little brain didn't work properly.
Well, listen. Well, when you watch films at film festivals, you don't have a little Wikipedia page to go look up the plot and find out that it was about ADHD or PTSD or
Neither did
whatever.
I. I
Like,
just watched it.
fucking
And
hell.
I grabbed it immediately.
Jesus
I noticed it straight away.
Christ.
I'm a
Okay, well,
clever
I was on
fox.
like 3 hours of sleep, and I was trying not to fall asleep again.
It's true.
That's why it had something that just had to be interesting for me to actually pay attention when those shorts programs come out. It's too much sometimes, you know.
I recommend watching all of these. You can get good value out of all of these, especially Magic
Well,
Candies,
just
Wonder to
maybe
Wonder.
don't watch Yuck, but watch the
Yeah,
other four.
unless you're like 14 years old, maybe don't watch Yuck.
They should not be listening to this podcast if they're
No,
14.
no, they shouldn't. No, if that was our only
Anyway,
listener base, I'd be concerned.
yeah. Well, okay. Next one, animated feature. Flow 1. Jack predicted Flow. I predicted the World Robot. I'm
So
happy
back.
that Flow won, but I still prefer the World Robot. But I'm happy Flow won because it's the first ever Oscar for Latvia in history.
Shout out Latvia. Shout out the director
Shout out
as well.
Latvia. I was gonna shout something about Latvia, but I actually can't do it because certain people
Why?
listen to the podcast. I'm not saying it. But
Lithuanians
yeah, shout out
listen
to
to the podcast.
Latvia. No,
Yeah.
but anyway, listen, the ones who know my connection to Latvia and Riga, and
Well, we have to talk about that
yeah.
afterwards because I have no fucking clue what you're about.
Okay, well, anyway, yeah, for those who know, you know that I
Yeah.
love Latvia.
Other nominees, the other nominees are.
The
I
World
think
Robot
is
is the best one. It's still, in my opinion.
it's very watchable.
I
Very
need to
watchable.
watch Wallace and Gromit still.
Good.
I just can't be bothered.
Memory of a
I
Sale
haven't
is really
watched
bad.
Memory of Sale. See, I'm just not going to watch it because you said it was bad, and I
It's
just don't want to
boring,
waste
man.
my
It's just-
time.
Just
Exactly, so
boring.
I'm not going to watch it. Inside Out 2, I just don't care.
That's
So
good.
yeah,
They're all
watch
pretty
Flow
good.
and watch The World Robot, and probably watch
Just
Wallace and Gromit.
very quick review of Memory of Us now because I watched it between
Okay, yeah,
episodes.
go.
I have no idea who the target audience is because like it's kind of kiddish, but then it just have jokes about like wanking and like jizz, but not like in like Peppa Pig where it'd be like a bit like subtle and
Jack, can I just say something?
just got to get age gated
Um,
again. Fuck's
Can I just say something? Because
God.
your mic just cut out for like 5 seconds while you were saying that, and it came back to where you was just saying jizz, and I'm like, what is actually going on?
Basically,
So just leave that in because that was funny.
yeah,
I don't
that's
know if it
gonna
just
get
cut
left
out
in.
for me, but yeah,
Basically,
just leave
the
it.
film is very like I have no idea who the target audience is because there's like it's kind of like targeted towards kids, but they're not. There's very on the nose references to like jizz and masturbation, and not in a subtle way like in Peppa Pig where it's like, oh, it's a joke for the adults. The parents are entertained. Very on the nose. Not
Did you
not
see
jizz on
Mummy
the nose
Pig is
anyway.
pregnant?
Yeah, and did you see
Who
the
do you
jokes on
think is the
Twitter?
dad?
Oh, the bull. The
The
bull,
what?
absolutely. The bull. BULL.
Who's that?
Look up Peppa Pig bull, and you'll see why he would have given Mama Pig a good old rogering. Daddy Pig ain't got the facilities for that anymore. Daddy Pig ain't got the juice. You seen the bull?
Yeah, I've just seen it.
What's your theory?
I think Daddy Pig is gay, and I think that she did
God.
IVF.
Oh yeah.
That's my theory.
So is Mummy Pig Daddy Pig's beard?
Yep.
Because homophobia is rife in the Peppa Pig community,
Oh
so
yeah,
he's
of course. I mean, they're all
got to cover
pigs,
up his
so
sexuality.
they are quite homophobic, aren't
Yeah. More
We all
about
know
that. Yeah.
they?
You've blown this
Anyway,
case wide open.
all right,
Moving on
let's move on.
to supporting actress. Um, we both predicted the winner because it was very obvious who would
Oh
win,
yeah.
despite not deserving to win it at all.
No, she doesn't deserve
Um,
anything, to be honest. Don't
also,
like her.
like every
It was
chance that
Zoe
she kind of,
Saldana.
it was Zoe
Ugh.
Saldana, yeah. Every chance she's had to like distance herself from Carlos Sofia Gascon, distance herself from like the real,
Jacques Audiard.
yeah, and
Say
the
something about trans rights ever.
don't slag off Mexico and every opportunity. Not slag
The
off, but
film
like
is literally about
the film
trans
is so
people. The film
derivative,
is
yeah.
literally set in Mexico. Like, honestly, just shut up.
And she just kind of just
You're
you,
brain dead, stupid.
have you seen the meme where it's like the person that every direction they walk they stand on a rake and it hits them in the head? That's
Yeah.
Zoe Saldana at all of her
And then
interviews.
she's somehow gone through all of that and still won an Oscar.
Like I said it on the stream, but like you cannot win an Oscar for being the best part of a bad film, and she wasn't even that good. Like she was like 5 out of 10 at best. Like what are we doing here? Come on, your other nominees before I get really pissed off again.
I know,
Monica
can I
Barbaro.
actually
Okay, go on.
carry on getting pissed off a little bit?
Yeah.
So
Go on.
actually, well, I feel like some people probably know about this, but Zoe Saldana was in a 2016 biopic of Nina Simone.
I've not seen
And
this,
she
but
played Nina Simone,
it's worrying.
and this film has a 2% rating on Rotten Tomatoes,
That's
which
impressive.
already tells you a lot. But also, you know, Zoe Saldana did blackface for this film. So she's from Dominican and Puerto Rican descent. She wore a prosthetic nose and skin darkening makeup. And apparently Nina Simone's family wasn't very happy about this film being made. And then Zoe Saldana apologized about the film in 2020. So she knows it was a bit fucked up. But
2020.
yeah, she apologized in 2020, 4 years after the film.
So
yeah.
in 2029, we can expect an apology for this one.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, look forward to that one in a few years' time.
Yes. Your other nominees, Monica Barbaro. Yes. Ariana Grande.
I love Monica Barbaro.
She's so good.
She's great.
Yeah, she's so good.
You know that bit where she's playing the guitar and then she flips him off? That's like my favourite bit of the film.
That's the best scene in the film.
The only
good
bit in the film, to be fair.
Okay, well, let's not get bogged down on that. Ariana Grande, Felicity Jones, Isabella Rossellini somehow. And that's it. That's her other nominees. Next up is lead actress. Your nominees are Cynthia Erivo, who was kind of like I don't know, like she was the kind of the weird middle one where like she was obviously never going to win it, but she also never had a chance. Like I would like, whereas the other nominee, like Carlos Sofia Gascon, obviously after the tweets came out, never going to win it, but there was a good chance she would have done pre-tweets.
I don't know.
No, okay, come on, but like there is a small chance she would have done if the Oscars.
I guess Mikey Madison.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but like if the tweets didn't come out and the sweep went in its fashion, I think she had a small chance. Demi Moore, who had a good chance.
Who's my best friend?
Yes, Fernando Torres, who probably wasn't going to win, but there was a small chance.
In case people split votes between Mikey and Demi.
Yeah, exactly. But your winner, who Veronika predicted correctly, I did not.
I predicted all the acting awards, by the way, correctly.
You did.
Just
well done. And screenplay. Well done. Very proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
Your winner is Mikey Madison. This is great. This is really cool.
I love Mikey Madison.
Yeah. I mean, just a very, very cool win. What a woman. I think
she's so nice as well. She seems like such a kind person.
Yeah. There's so much to love about this performance. I think the really impressive thing is it's potentially the most physical of all the nominees. I know Demi Moore's obviously required a lot, but there was such a different type of physicality needed for like she got beat up.
A lot of prep.
She had to learn to pole dance. She had to real.
She did a lot
I
of
don't.
research as well, like,
Yeah, Demi Moore
talking to
did as
loads of
well, but
people and
like
interviewing and shit.
she was nude for a lot of the film. Multiple sexy, etc., etc., etc. A very deserving win, and I just hope her agent locks in and doesn't force her into some
Sign her
really
up for
bad.
Marvel.
Yes.
To
Although I do find it
be
funny is
fair,
like that Marvel when these articles always come out, it's always like Marvel is eyeing Oscar winner, yada yada yada. It's
mate,
like,
it's
yeah,
every
no
single
shit.
actor ever.
But yeah, obviously
They
Marvel
just
want
throw
the
money at
best.
everyone.
Yeah, she's
But
I think Gosling's next.
Mikey Madison, well, I'm just assuming from like I think I watched a house tour once on like YouTube or something.
Stalking.
I feel like no, I love. Have you never watched like Architectural
No, I
Digest
have.
house
Yeah, yeah.
tours?
I watched
Yeah,
one
they're
for
actually good.
yeah, they're very cool, especially when the
Cara Delevingne's
personality's
house
nice.
is weird as hell. Anyway,
Massive eyebrows everywhere. Oh.
no. You know what? You should watch it because it has some things that are just really weird, like actually weird. Anyway, so Mikey Madison to me seems like someone who doesn't need more money. Okay, do you get what I'm saying? So
She
I don't
rich
think she
rich.
has to accept the Marvel role if she doesn't
Yeah.
want to.
I mean,
Like she's
Robert
not one of
Downey
those
Jr.
actors who like needs money.
Robert Downey Jr. didn't have to accept it again, but
No,
and
he's just
he's
a greedy
rich.
whatever,
Yeah,
So
I find Mikey interesting
apparently,
because I think she's a very good actress, she's a great actress. I know she's super young, so I was like, she's gonna have so many
she's
more
not even.
amazing
She's older
roles.
than me. She's like 25.
Yeah, I don't really know how her career goes from here. Obviously, it'll go well. I'm not saying it, but I can't see like for
I
some
hope she
actors.
just keeps making indie films. I really hope she doesn't do like Narnia or like Marvel shit or like
Yeah,
some massive shitty film directed
like for
by
some
some dickheads like the Russo brothers or whatever. Like,
yeah,
I hope she does something that's just good. Like, talk to I don't know, uh,
Cory
Sofia
Farge,
Coppola or
honestly,
Cory Farge
Cory
or
Farge,
like I don't know, Luca Guadagnino.
Sean
Please,
Baker
please,
again,
please. Yeah, honestly, I mean, yeah, someone who actually has
or
well,
I've
Yorgos
got a shout.
Lanthimos, obviously.
I don't.
Um,
Yeah,
yes,
I've got a
please. But
shout.
actually, no, Margaret Qualley should lead the next Yorgos after Begonia because
Yeah.
he's put her in supporting roles. Like he's slowly been bleeding her into his films, but she needs a lead role, man. She's too good.
He's like Yorgos is like Chris Nolan but for females. And that like he had like Cillian Murphy who like he bred with his supporting roles for ages. Now Matt Damon there just like,
Yeah,
shove them into the limelight. Um yeah, hopefully all goes well for Mikey. As I said, I don't really know how her
did it
career
with
goes.
Olivia Colman as well, Emma Stone. To be fair, yeah, there's quite a lot of
Yeah.
examples of that.
I don't really know how her career will go. Probably well. I don't know if she'll ever win an Oscar again, but hopefully for her sake she does. So yeah, that's a nice little win. Into I don't want to say much on this one because it's really boring and everyone it's been
Yeah,
talked to
and the
death.
film's
Kieran,
boring, and he's boring, and yeah,
sure, why not? I don't agree, but
yeah.
sure. Kieran
Let's just
Culkin
move.
won best supporting actor. Well
Yeah,
done, Kieran.
everyone knew that was going to happen. But Jeremy
Yeah.
Strong, we love you and we support
Did
you.
you see? Actually, just quickly on that,
And Guy
did you
Pearce.
see? Yeah, and Guy Pearce. Did you see when Robert Downey Jr. was doing his speech, he spoke about
No.
Jeremy Strong very glowingly, and he talked about like he met Jeremy on the bleachers outside the Oscars many years ago when RDJ was nominated for Chaplin, and he was basically talking about how proud he was that he saw him go from like a boy in the bleachers to an Oscar nominated actor and such a phenomenal one at that. Emmy winner, of course, Golden Globe winner, I believe, as well. So yeah, well done, Jeremy. Well done, Kieran, of course, as well. But Jeremy is a favourite on this podcast. Lead
True.
actor.
Maybe future Personality of the Year nominee. Maybe.
I think he has a
Who
chance.
knows?
Lead actor. Should we do 5.5 minutes on this, or should we go a bit shorter than the winner did? Your winner for lead actor,
Oh,
Adrian
gosh.
Brody. Have you noticed, by the way, that there have been two instances this award season where Adrian Brody has either left chewing gum somewhere or thrown it at someone?
I
He's
just
got an
don't
issue
like
with
him.
chewing gum.
Have you seen his art, by the way?
His
You know
arc.
his art.
Was it arts? Yes.
Have you
I
seen it?
can I
Mate,
just so I've got really
I
mixed
hate this
feelings.
guy.
I've got really mixed feelings on him, and I'll address the obvious first. He is a piece of shit for supporting Roman Polanski and Woody Allen. That's under. I'm not even.
And
That's
that
not
weird
undeniable.
SNL skit. Mm,
Oh god, yeah,
where he actually don't watch it.
yeah, or do
A
it's
little
your
bit
choice.
problematic.
But there is a part of me that when you forget all the other stuff, and obviously
He's
don't
still
forget
a
it.
good actor. I'm just, he's just a bad person.
He's a good actor. B, he's had a fucking insane career, and not in a good way. Like there was a period about 10 years ago where he was starring some really weird stuff. And he's just like he's the archetypal actor, and like he's so self-obsessed, so self-absorbed, thinks that, as you say, his art is great. His art is absolute. Look up Adrian Brody's Starbucks art. It's terrible.
Mate, do you think
But
he'd pass a maths GCSE exam? I think he thinks he's really smart, but he's actually really stupid.
yeah, he's yeah. I don't think he's stupid. I just think he's a bit
No,
of
I
a
actually
bellend.
think he is stupid. But because
I think
if he wasn't stupid, he wouldn't think that the things he was doing were that good. Like, mate, the
he's just a
Starbucks art
narcissist,
piece
isn't he?
is insane.
He's just a
It's so
narcissist.
bad. It's so bad. But
I
you
don't
know
think
what?
that's
Actually,
stupidity though.
no, I think he is dumb.
I think it's narcissism.
I think it's both.
It's somewhere in between. Yeah.
Somewhere. Well, it's just both, isn't it?
Yeah.
But actually, I wanted to say something about this because, okay, do you know the band Rizzle Kicks?
Yes, of course. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. So one half of it, Jordan Stevens, he actually
Is he the Rizzle or the Kick?
he's the
If you
Rizzle.
if you were to guess, yeah, guess.
Yeah, I think he's like the guy who talks more. The other guy's a bit quiet, isn't he? I can't remember
He's
his name.
more a kicker.
Yeah, but anyway, he made a video which I don't know if he's deleted. He said he might delete it. It was about Adrian Brody actually, and it was about so he said, you know that art installation with the Starbucks shit.
Yeah, it's
Apparently,
so funny. It's so funny.
Jordan Stevens was there. He was at that exhibition,
What?
and he said, yeah.
I'll
So
try and
he said
find
he
this
was
now.
like getting into art, and I think it was in LA or something, obviously.
Yeah, where else
And
would it be?
apparently, it was like there were loads of little rooms for these small artists to show their work, and it was all like really high quality, really nice.
Nice.
And then Adrian Brody rented out like the biggest room there, which usually that would be used for a smaller artist to showcase their work, but
Brody
he
Bucks
paid
hook.
to rent it out with his Brady bucks, and he basically just stole that space that was for new artists and just put all his shitty art in there. So
Can I
that
just
Jordan
say-
Stevens said he doesn't like him, which fair enough
I just
because
googled
that
it.
is quite shitty.
Yeah, I've just googled Jordan Stevens, Adrian Brody. It's like a Substack article come up that said, "Do I hate Adrian Brody?" by Jordan Stevens.
Oh yeah, he
I
wrote
mean,
a whole article about it. Yeah,
yeah, he is
I
undeniably.
love
A
him.
week
He's
ago,
great.
Adrian Brody's undeniably an absolute bellend.
Well, yeah,
I can't help but love him because he's such a wanker. He's just
mate, please.
he's just like
You have
such a
issues.
wanker.
Why do you like people that are like this?
No, but like you know
Is
what I
that
mean.
why
though,
we're
like,
friends?
yeah, definitely. I don't like him as a human being. I think he's an absolute bellend. But like, there's a small part of me that's just like, oh fuck, like you're such a caricature of what an actor is. I almost can't help but respect how much of a bellend you are.
No,
that being said,
mate.
he would be a terrible pint. He would be a terrible pint.
He
You'd
will
be
not
checking
let
your-
you leave.
No,
He
Brody,
would start
yeah.
talking, he would not let you reply, and he would not let you leave that pub,
Yeah, I've done this
even
before.
if you were
Let's
done
wrap
with
it
your
up.
pint.
Yeah. So yeah, well done, Adrian Brody. I'm not sure I'm saying well done for that. Yeah, I don't know how I
he's
feel
just
about
a
that.
twat. Anyway,
Yeah. Next up, last up actually, is Best Picture. Your winner, Anora.
not like I've said it 5 times.
Why have I
Yeah,
given
Nora.
myself a green one there?
I don't know. You got this picture wrong, and you gave yourself a green. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's it.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Anora won, which I think we kind of figured out, like from
Halfway
when
in,
it
yeah.
won editing or director
Editing-
or screenplay. I think screenplay was the big one. I'm not gonna lie.
I
'Cause it
think for
was-
me though,
Mm,
editing was so screenplay was obviously big for sure. I think editing was the flip for me because I was like, oh, I'm not sure it deserved. I mean, it's
oh
a
yeah,
fair
no, I
nominee.
agree. I
I
agree.
don't think like you could make a good argument it deserved screenplay. I don't know if you
Yeah.
could argue that it fully deserved editing over some of the other
Yeah, I
nominees.
agree.
So that for me was the switch. But obviously, the bigger indicator was screenplay and director.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know if I said this correctly. I know during the stream I said this. I don't know if this is correct. If anyone can correct me, they should send an email, floodlightpod@gmail.com.
Yeah. Ben, please send an email.
I'm just not willing to Google it. I'm pretty sure that the winner for Best Picture is almost always one of the screenplay winners. I'm almost 100% sure. Okay, maybe it's like hasn't happened once or twice, but most of the time, I'm I'm so sure that it's either adapted screenplay winner or original screenplay winner. It's
I
one
mean,
of the
also
two.
like going back to that, I think that especially when you look at the other nominee, the other winner for screenplay was Conclave,
And that was quite weak
which
throughout the night, to be honest.
yeah, but it was very much one of the front runners for Best Picture. Obviously didn't win, but
I
there
think
was a
The
good.
Brutalist was more for the Oscar, a front runner.
I don't know. I think the Brutalist. I find it
I think
weird
The
that it.
Brutalist was like second. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
I don't. I think I might. I think it probably end up in third purely because I don't know. I
No,
don't know
come
if it
on.
had a
Conclave
weird
literally got
campaign.
one award. Like,
Yeah, but
no,
as you
The
say, like
Brutalist was definitely second.
voting could split, and you know you can win on a low title.
Nah,
Anyway, but my point is, Conclave was getting a lot of hype for Best Picture, and it won adapt.
which was stupid.
I'm trying to back your point up here. Okay,
Okay, yeah, whatever.
so you know, screenplay is a good indication.
Yeah, but it had no competition in that specific screenplay category. Anora had
Yes,
The
weak
Brutalist and A Real
category.
Pain. Yeah, so it's like if it won that over those films, it was almost definitely going to win Best
The
Picture.
Brutalist screenplay isn't even that good, by the way. I said it. It's not like the Felicity Jones'
That's
character
alright.
is so underrated.
To be honest, I think they could have just removed it from the film.
What the screenplay? Just let everyone vibe,
No, just remove Felicity Jones from the film.
or just write it properly.
I didn't like her performance or her character. I just don't understand. Like, if you think about it, when does the film get worse? When she gets a bigger part. Like, when she's stuck in Hungary and he's in
Women.
America and you only hear from her through letters and she's not actually speaking, that's when the film is the best. Also, shout out to that freaky gay. Well, actually no, okay. In my eyes he was a bit gay,
What?
but
Joe Alwyn's
you know
character.
that was that sofa salesman cousin.
Oh, he
He was a
wasn't
bit
gay.
fruity.
He wasn't gay.
No, he
was
was
a wanker.
fruity.
Okay,
No, he
yeah,
was
he was.
fruity.
He was zesty,
Well,
maybe.
No, he was zesty. Yeah. Well, maybe I think we should get
He
him on
was
the
good.
podcast, and there should be more of him because he replies to random people on Twitter. I think you should tweet him. Just do it, please.
Yeah.
Do it now, live.
Okay, what's his Twitter at?
I don't know.
What's his name?
Wait, his name
Give me his name.
Zesty
No, come on.
sofa salesman. What do you mean? Come on, he was clearly very much bi.
I think
He
was
was.
just
No.
formative.
Listen, out of either of us, who do you think is more qualified to give this opinion? It's me.
Alessandro Nivola. Is that him?
Yeah,
Attila?
yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's him.
Let me find his. You got Phil for a few minutes or so, for a minute or so.
Yeah, okay, well, so that's it. So this is our
Sandro
reaction to the
Nivola.
Oscar ones.
Is that him?
Yeah, that's literally what you just said, and I confirmed. Yeah. So yeah,
Hi,
this is our podcast of us giving our reactions to the Oscars, which happened like a week ago. Thank you to everyone who was on the stream talking to us. And so yeah, shout out to Ben, shout out to Finn and Jacob who hosted with us.
Yes,
we were a quartet through the whole night.
We were a quartet
until Finn fell asleep.
I've not chatted to Finn before. Yeah, Finn fell asleep. Jacob, I know not quite well, but you know we chat quite a lot with Jacob. He was great. I'd never chatted to Finn before. Finn, you were absolutely delightful. Thank you so much for coming on with us.
Yeah, we love Finn and Jacob. Maybe there'll be a point where we do like a, all four of us do a live episode just for the fun of it, just chatting.
We get cancelled.
Because it was quite good.
It was fun.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's not.
Actually, it's a good place to announce it. Announce it.
Announce what?
Well, sort of announced. In the future, much like the FCA award show, we may be recording some episodes live when we find the time and it's convenient for both of us, which probably never happen. But there is scope for that to potentially happen one day. Potentially. Because it was fun when we did the FCAs. We had a little crowd going.
Yeah,
it was great.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. But we will be doing Oscar stream next year again. I think we should do BAFTA stream next year.
No.
Yeah.
No, you can do it. I'm not doing it.
I'll do it with Jacob and Finn. You're replaced.
That's fine. Yeah, but I refuse to watch the BAFTAs. So.
Well, okay. Well, maybe you should grow up by the time next BAFTAs roll around.
Anyway, any final comments before we go?
Yeah, final comments. I'm giving my final comments right now. Actually, I don't know if you've been listening. I wanted to say that we're going to BFI Flare Festival very soon.
Woo!
Very
Scary.
soon, in a few
And
weeks. And well, I have like 3 interviews lined up with filmmakers, which will be going on our Medium page, Floodlights Camera Action, written into actual articles. And also I will be recording them audio-wise, and I'll be making an episode of some interviews kind of glued together into some 40-minute mini episode where you can listen to some filmmakers and me interview them.
Yes. There is some more, by the way. You forgot to announce something.
And, Jack?
Yes?
Well, you said you were going to announce something.
Picture House Create? Picture House? I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Picture House Create. We're both going...
Got peer pressured.
Well, this is for your own good.
Yeah, it's for my future well-being.
Career.
Also, what was amazing?
We're going to be meeting Harris Dickinson, and
yes.
I swear to you, we will get him on as a guest on the podcast. It's going to happen. We aren't letting him leave the cinema before he accepts or gives us his number, and I will be ringing it in front of him to see if he gave me a fake one.
Or as a bare minimum, the new podcast intro is going to be recorded by Harris Dickinson. As a bare minimum.
Yeah, it's going to be him singing a jingle.
Yeah, well, yeah. But the main selling point was Harris Dickinson doing a screening.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Harris Dickinson doing a screening of Punch Drunk Love, which is awesome. One tiny little announcement, by the way. Little update. So an update, not an announcement. My Letterboxd top 4 has changed for the first time in ages. There's been 2 changes. Dropping out is Fantastic Mr. Fox and Before Sunset. Moving in is Everybody Wants Some and Chicago. So the top 4 from 4 to 1 is Chicago, After Hours, Everybody Wants Some, which I watched twice in the space of 24 hours, and Weronika also loved. And number 1,
but we're not talking about that today, because today is just Oscars reaction. And then next episode we'll be doing a big film catch up where we just talk about loads of films we've watched, and we're gonna get up to speed because we've been doing too much awards show shit.
I can't just say I'm so glad award season is over.
Well, it's actually begun again.
Oh god, it's just a never-ending cycle. All you get is
it technically starts with it's already started really with Berlin Film Festival, and now it's BFI Flare, and then
just give me a week.
Then the rest is going to be history in the future.
Give me a week. Anyway,
well, you've already had a week off, so
yeah, that's true. And on that note, that officially takes us up to the end of another episode. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to don't vote in the upcoming FCAs. I forgot to change that. The FCAs is done. Don't vote in the FCAs.
Send us your nominees for your 2026 Personality of the Year.
Yes, Adam Ray Meyer, director of Snack Shack, for Personality of the Year.
Mate, please. Harris Dickinson again.
Yes, Harris Dickinson again. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. It's at FloodlightsPod. Letterboxd, myself is jhancock46. Weronika is Slowed Panda. And YouTube, which is Floodlights Camera Action, probably. Weronika, an absolute pleasure as always. Can you let the people know how, why, where, and who they get in contact with?
Yeah,
all of the W's.
The email is floodlightpod@gmail.com. We want emails because I like reading them and then talking about them on the podcast. It gives us a few minutes to kill, really.
Yes, yeah. Ben, thank
and
you
it also shows appreciation. So, we like getting emails, even though Jack still doesn't know the password.
No, it's true. I've never logged into the email.
No. Anyway, next episode will probably be a film catch up, and then we'll be doing coverage of BFI Flare Film Festival, which will be very exciting. And yeah, don't forget to not say adios, please.
The adios is gone. We'll be back next week, essentially. Until then, keep watching and keep consuming.